Okay, we will discuss here. Here I have given it assignment like create a student class which contains name, ID, math mark, physics mark, and chemistry mark. So, as we discussed yesterday, we have to create a student class with five variables which store name, ID, math mark, physics mark, and the chemistry mark. See, name is a string type and ID is a integer type and math mark is a integer type, physics mark. See, we have declared variables inside the class. Now we have to initialize a constructor, right? Otherwise we cannot create instances, I mean objects. So I am creating a constructor to store the name. This dot id, this dot match mark, physics mark, chemistry mark. See, we have created a class and we have initialized a constructor so that we can create objects. Now here I told you create five student objects using the student class. So we are creating five objects: name, student 1, id, id is a integer 1, maths mark, you can put 100, physics mark 100, chemistry mark 100. See, I have created one student. Likewise, we can create remaining four student also. Here what I given, print student's name, ID, and average of 3 marks. How will you do that one? First you have to calculate the average of 3 marks, right? And I have said use function to calculate 3 marks average. Okay, so we need a function to calculate average. So all the values are available inside the class, so we have to write a method, means function, inside the class so that we can use these values and we can calculate the average. So what is the average? How will you calculate the average? Total 3 subjects, so we'll add 3 marks and we'll divide it by 3. We have calculated. Now you have to print the print the values, average of 3 marks, name and ID. So what you have to do to calculate the average? You have to first you have to print the average mark. We will try to print the average mark. After that we will print the name and ID. Okay, so student 1 dot calculate average. See, when you run this one, see, you have printed the 100. If I make 50 and 30, and if you run the again, see, 100 plus 50 plus 30 equals to 180. 180 by 3, 60. So now we have to print name and ID. For that one, what we will do, we will put it inside the string interpolation. Name, ID, see, name student 1, ID 1, average 60. Got it? Since we are not returning anything, we are simply putting it as void. You guys got it? See, anyone tried yesterday the same logic? See, yeah, if you don't do assignments, you won't get a hands-on practice. If there is no hands-on practice, you won't remember the logic, you won't remember the coding syntax. Even you are not able to print the output, no problem. You just have to try it on your own. Okay? Any doubts about the yesterday's assignment? Okay. See, this is the code. This is the student class where we created variables string name, ID, and marks related variables math mark, physics mark, chemistry mark. What we have done, we need to calculate the average. First, we calculate the average. We added the 3 marks and we divided it by 3. So we wrote it inside the function. After that, what we did, we created an object for student 1 and we used that function to calculate the average. See, student 1 dot calculate average. What it took the name, ID, and it used the values 100, 50, and 30. As per the logic, it added the three subjects marks 100 plus 50 plus 30, 180 by 3, 60. It printed average 60. Likewise, you can create another student. Student 2, 90, 60, 50. And you call student 2 dot calculate average. See, now it became 90, 60, 50. What else you want? 200. 200 by 3, it comes around 66.666. See, it printed exactly. Any doubt, guys? Yeah. You can post it in the chat if you're not able to talk. Understood. Okay. Okay. Today I'll be teaching you about variables because I think most of you got stuck at variables. So today I will teach you how we initialize the variables. In a Dart, we have many variables. Out of them, we mostly use integer, string, double, and float type. Out of these, these three are very important: integer, string, double. Okay, and this 66.667, this is the double type. Integers don't have any dot values. We this 66.66, 60 point something, that anything with the dot extension comes under double category. So we declare integers like this: int a equals to 10. So this is the format. What is the format? Data type, and literal, we call it as literal. The value which we assign, we call it as literal, and equal symbol, then the value. This is the syntax for declaring a variable. For integers, this is the initialization format: int and the literal and the value. Likewise, for string, we give it as string, and we give it as we'll give the value for string in single quotes or double quotes. Okay, so this is the main initialization for integer and string. See, if you have seen here, we have used two types, string and integer. While passing the values to string, I used single quote. While passing the value to integer, we used the direct values, integer values. These have variables we declare. Another thing is parameters. See, all these things, we pass the values through the classes, and here we can also pass the values. We can also call it as a function parameters, function arguments. Some people call it parameters, some people call it arguments. Both are same. Okay. If you want function with parameter, means I can say print dummy name, pass. See, see, it printed the dummy name. Sorry, we have used the same name. You can use value. We have to values. See, this is how function with the parameters. Whatever value you pass here, it will consider those value and it will print those values. This is the parameter for function. This is a parameter for class. We can call it as object parameters also. While creating the object, we can refer it as object parameters also, because we create objects from the class only, right? So if I say name parameter for student 1, it refers to this thing, name student 1. Okay, you got it. In parameters, there are three types. See, here I haven't used any curly braces. here I have used curly braces, right? We call it as positioned parameter, positioned argument. So it assigns the value based on the position. See, if I use another parameter here, string, see what happened, temp value fun. See, if I change the positions, you see the name fun, temp value temp. This is how the position parameters work. So which value you send according to the position, it will take that position. Okay. And second type is optional parameters. So these values are optional, you can send a value for it or not, but you have to assign a default value. See, if I put these values inside the curly braces, and if I don't put required in front of it, it is considered as an optional parameter. You can send a value for it or not, but you have to give a default value. For example, if I give it as default value, and if I don't send any values, see what happened. See, dummy name site, temp value, nick. If you don't send any value, it will consider that default value as a value for that parameter. If you send any value, see here, you can assign value. mm, damn. Now what will happen, any guess, guys? Anyone? What? Okay. Guys, if anyone are facing any issues with my English, I can talk Telugu also. You can tell me, you can teach me in Telugu like that. I am using English for a better communication. If you are facing any difficulty in understanding my English, you can tell me. I can talk in Telugu also. I can explain that particular topic in Telugu. Okay? Which one you are comfortable with? English, my English, or Telugu? Okay, super. This will help you in interview also. See, now what will happen if I run this one? See, instead of this default value, it preferred the value which I sent. So this is optional parameter. You can send it or not, it's your wish. But you have to assign a default value at least, because if you don't send it, it will use the default value as a value. And the third type is mandatory values with name. If you put required, see, it became a mandatory value. See, it will show required and named parameters can't have a default value, because you declare it as required. Means whenever you use this function, you will definitely pass a value for this one. That's why when you put required, it won't ask you for a default value. So it is a compilation error. See, required value, I have to pass the value. If I don't pass the value for temp, it doesn't matter, it won't happen, because temp is still an optional value, but it has a default value in it. Now see what happens. I mean Bharat. See, I passed value for Bharat as a value, so it referred that value. Temp I haven't passed one, so it referred nick value. Got it? You got it, guys? So by concluding, what I'm saying is we have three types of parameters. First one is positioned parameters. It don't require naming. Here like this we don't require naming. Here we are using the naming, right? We are naming, we are mapping the value to this value, right? We call it as named one. So for position parameters we don't it don't require name name parameters. For optional parameters, you can either send param or not, but it should have a default value. Third one is required named parameters. Required you remember, if it is a required parameter then it is also a named parameter. So this one is named param with mandatory values. You should definitely send a value to it. That's why I put required here. For example, if I remove the required here now, it will throw error because it should have a value. If I put it as 60, now tell me what will happen. Will the output change? Guys, anyone? I changed the chemistry mark to default value 60. If I run the program again, will the output change? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it won't change because we are passing the value here. So will it change now? Guys, yes, it will change. Guys, if you someone, if in this group if they have any doubt whether if I say no they will think like this or not, don't think like that. No one will estimate you like that, okay? We are in the learning phase. Whether it is a right answer or wrong answer, no problem, you can learn it, okay? If you are willing to talk but if you have a fear of that saying a wrong answer, don't worry, just at least post it in the chat, no problem, okay? But try to answer every time when I ask the question, okay? So this is the parameters in dart. Got it? Third thing is we are talking about uh, interpolation, string interpolation. Nothing but printing the values. Here if you see, whatever the value is, if I put like this it is always printing the values, right? This is what we called as interpolation, string interpolation. For example, if I want to print Nikhil from CSC, see, if these Nikhil and CSC values will change for every object, uh, we can assign values for this one, but we want to print from also. So what we have to do, we have to dynamically print this nickel and CSC, and we have to fix this from, so that it will be common for all outputs. So it is achieved by only using string interpolation. What we have to do is, if I want to print, see, nickel from CSC is a string. As I said earlier, we have to print strings using single quotes or double quotes only. So this will be my output. So this is the initial code, but it will print on every time nickel from CSC, nickel from CSC. So if I want to change the value, what we have to do is, we have to go to the values which that change, and we have to replace the value with that particular variable. While doing that variable, if I put simply name, means computer don't understand whether it is a static text or it is referring to this variable. So computer won't understand. So to make the computer understand, we will put this dollar symbol in front of it. Now the compiler will understand this is not a fixed text, it is referring to this variable. Okay, guys, you got it? Guys, do you understood, or I have to repeat it again? Understood? Okay. So this is how we use string interpolation for returning the strings, not only printing. For example, here, using these functions, we can make this code even more int, um, calculate marks sum. Okay, we are returning math mark plus physics mark plus chemistry mark. This is int. So if I want to print student2 dot calculate mark sum, see, the return type is integer, but here it is getting printed. So if you want to change the integer to string, you can also call to string. Okay, so this is the ways to print the strings. Okay, you got it? String interpolation. This is the string interpolation, and if you want to print any integers or some other data types to string, you can call dot to string. If you do. So this is how string interpolation is achieved in Dart. Any doubt? Here, instead of printing directly, you can return the string also. For that one, you have to make return type as string, and in this one, you have to calculate average. See, string interpolation is not only useful for printing, it will also return the string type. In this one, you can format the string using those variables and you can return it. See. See, calculate average, and it calculate the average name student 2, id 2, and the marks 150 plus 60, 210 by 370. See, this is how string interpolation works. Okay, any doubt about string interpolation? See, this string interpolation is very important. This is how you display text in the mobile. Yesterday I showed you the code, right? See, here text is a object and I'm passing hello world. Uh, can anyone tell me this object which type of parameter we are passing here? Guys, anyone tell me which type of parameter we are passing here to the text? Guys, anyone unmute your mic and tell me which type of parameter we are passing to the text object here. You guys don't know, or you're not interested to tell? If you don't know, at least tell me no, or type no in the chat. See, this is the positioned parameter. We are not passing any name here, right? So it is the positioned parameter. So if we run this one, see, here we are passing title, required this dot title, and this home page is a class, and we are calling object here my home page. See, my home page, and we are passing the title. And if we use this title here instead of hello world, if we pass the title here, see, instead of hello world we are showing the title. Okay, this is how the parameters. And if we don't want to use title, if we use string interpolation, see, Nikhil from CSC. So this is how string interpolation, parameters and variables will be used in our Flutter application. Okay. Do you know? Do you understood why I took a separate class for variables, interpolation, and parameters? This is how these things plays a major role in building our Flutter application. Okay. Okay, guys. Uh, String interpolation. Okay. String interpolation is nothing but when you, for example, uh, Jahnavi, can you unmute and you tell me one sentence? Anything. Hello? Anything. Oh, okay. So, Jahnavi attending Flutter class. Hmm. Now, in the same class, Bharat is also attending. Now, I want to print these statements. Okay. How will I do? I have to use the same function, right? See, here you are creating multiple students, but you are using single function. So using this function, you have to print these two things for two objects. How will you do? You have to analyze which string, means which text in the string is fixed and which one is changing. So here, if you see, is attending Flutter class is a static one, means fixed one. This Jahnavi Bharat titles are changing. Okay. So in order to achieve that one, in order to achieve one, what we have to do is first I will take Jahnavi is attending Flutter class. See, here we are passing student 1 and student 2. If I print, we will put student 1 as Jahnavi. Okay, we will put student 2 as Bharat. If I want to print Jahnavi is to attending Flutter class and see, student 1 dot, without string interpolation, you see what will happen. See, every time it is printing Jahnavi is attending Flutter class, Jahnavi is attending Flutter class. Now, using string interpolation, what we will do is we will change this text to student name. Okay, for that one, if I keep simply name is name, as we are passing the value to name, if I put name is attending Flutter class, what compiler will understand is this consider it name as a fixed string. It doesn't know which one is a variable or which is a string. So for that one, we use this dollar symbol to understood the computer that this is not a fixed string, this is referring to this variable. So if we run this one, you'll see, yeah, now is attending Flutter class, bar is attending Flutter class. This is string interpolation, means printing and attaching everything like variables and fixed string, everything inside one string is called string interpolation. You got it? Yeah. You understood? Okay. Another thing, in this one, this name is a single variable, so we are using single dollar. If there is a long expression like this, if we are adding these values, maths, physics, chemistry, if you put like this, it doesn't understand. It only consider the first one as a value. Remaining things it will consider as a fixed string. So if you want to make the computer, this is also the part of this one, you have to put curly brace. So now the system will understand, okay, from here to here it is entire entire variable. So we have to perform anything in this one and we have to print the output. So now it will do, see, it added the variable 150, 150 plus 60 210. So it did the arithmetic and it printed the value. Okay, you got it. So everything which you declare with braces inside, it will consider as a variable. So you can give name also like this, so no problem, the nothing will happen. It will consider it as a variable. Okay, got it. You understood how to give string interpolation? Okay, 1 minute. My charging is running down. This is how string interpolation works. Okay, we'll talk about the yesterday assignment. Where did you guys face a difficulty in yesterday assignment? When I asked us who finished the assignment, no one replied, not even one person. So where did you exactly face the issue? You have to tell me now. Anyone? If you guys haven't tried, okay, tell me. I haven't tried, sir. I will try today. What? Guys, there is no shy in this class. We are in learning phase, so nothing will happen. If you haven't tried, you said I haven't tried. Otherwise, tell me where I tried and finished the assignment, sir. Super. Are you comfortable with your code sharing? See? Okay, nice. Can you share the code in this chat so that everyone can see? So if you redo the assignment today using these constant variables, parameters, and string interpolation, you can do it confidently. Or I only gave assignment that involves only these three things. Okay, it doesn't involve. Of course, it will involve average. Everyone know how to calculate the average, so that's why I gave it to make it more interesting. Okay. So, guys, tell me, how is the pace of this session? Do you feel it is too fast or too slow, or not able to understand? So, everyone are willing to understand, right? No confusion, right, in communication or concept. Okay. What about others? You can also unmute your mic. Wow, nice. You guys know list for loop. Good, good, good. Because of non-computer science group, I am taking it too basic. We can cover this list one and for loops and inheritance. Those things we can uh, cover in from next class. Okay, guys, tell me anyone from non-computer science. Are you comfortable with understanding, or you are still not able to understand? Non-computer science students. What? What? Hello. Hello. Your voice is breaking. Sai Ingluru. Your voice is breaking. Can you repeat again what you have asked? Can you repeat again? No, no. You are from non-computer science or computer science? So, how was the session? Are you able to understand? You are able to do the assignment? Okay. Okay, guys. Wow. Many people are sharing. Yes, yes. Everything cannot be can be taught in course. It is no, it is a very foolish assumption. We cannot learn everything through a course. Okay. The way I gave the assignment, I want you guys to go through the Google and you have to search on your own. You have to learn that too. That's why I gave you the average and functions including assignment. Okay. The Kirti, you have done a good job. Actually, it is more required. I learned and tried with the help of Google too, sir. Okay. You see, many people are good at writing code, but you guys are having this communication issue. You are thinking that why should I answer when someone asks the question? Okay, if you are guys are able to write this piece of code, then you are already half of the path. You are able to understand the question, you are able to write the code, and you are able to print the output. All you need is correct guidance and correct technical concepts. Okay. Okay, guys, anyone wrote the code? No need to paste in the chat, just raise your hand. Any, if anyone wrote completed the assignment and able to print the output. Those who are not able to do it, I have explained in the class. It will be available in recording also. You can learn it from there also. Okay. Nice. Okay, guys, uh, we have reached near bit 10. If you have any doubts, just let me know and try to join the session as much as possible at the correct time. Okay, that 5 to 10 minutes delay will affect the people who joined on time. Okay, be on time from next sessions. Okay, any doubts? Any doubts from yesterday's session and today's session? Okay, guys, I have a question. Saturday, Sunday, uh, we are planning uh, to, I mean, this Saturday we are planning to have a session, as I said, 9 to 10. Are you guys comfortable with the Saturday session, or we can skip the Saturday and Sunday and we start from Monday? I want you guys to answer because in third year, you are guys in third year, right? You may have to prepare for placements or anything. So, are you comfortable for Saturday classes or only Monday to Friday is enough? Saturday is also okay. Guys, if Saturday is okay, please raise your hand. I want voting. Okay, good, good, good. Okay. And another thing is, how many of you completed the SDK installation? Flutter setup? Okay. Another thing, guys, these assignments and notes will be provided in YouTube link also. So we'll be posting these videos in YouTube and we'll posting the notes in the description. So we'll share you the link also. Good, good. Many of you people are completed the installation. I'm happy to see, happy to hear that one. From tomorrow, we can run the Flutter application. Okay, okay, guys. We can sign off for today. Bye. Yeah, thank you, Tarun.